Alright guys, welcome back. It is Tuesday, July 22nd. We are the Buggy-sama Fan Club. Yay!
Go Buggy!
This is your boy Jahan here with
Alex.
And our special guest hailing from Japan,
John.
Yay!
Yay!
Alright, so this week we're gonna go back to our normal scheduling, except that it's Tuesday. We had updates from all three stories this week, and I'm so excited. Yay! Alright.
You sound so sarcastic.
Dude, honestly, I'm excited though.
I'm excited for the coming weeks.
Yeah,
You
I know.
mean tomorrow?
The update's tomorrow, yeah.
Or later tonight.
But later today for me.
Dude, the whole, manga updating, on Wednesdays, I realized that, for the past half decade now, it's kind of been, a benchmark for me to measure myself around. Does that ever come
What do you mean?
On one level, it kind of functions where it's oh, it's Wednesday, hell yeah. It's I get excited, right? When sometimes I forget that it's Wednesday, and it's Wednesday. Oh,
That's
shit,
true.
the updates are up, right? And it's kind of a nice little thing to just be able to look forward to sometimes, especially if you're in school or something.
The half week, you know?
Yeah. Hump day.
But then also sometimes Wednesday comes around and I'm shit, it's been a week. And you kind of start thinking about the fact that
your life is sad and
no, it's just
has no value. This is all I live for. Every Wednesday.
You start thinking wait, how many fucking Wednesdays have I been waiting around for? You know, it comes around. It's damn, that's been a lot of Wednesdays, and then it kind of gives you an idea of how much time has gone by.
it's life, bro.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of crazy, but it's a weekly reminder, though. You know?
Yeah, for sure. All right, now I'm just gonna have to say that we are gonna spoil the story for you guys. So if you guys are not caught up or are a bunch of douches that watch the anime, do not listen in on this until you catch up in the manga. Yay! Because we will spoil some shit. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, I mean it's given that these discussions are based on the fact that you already know what the chapter's about. So
yeah,
So go catch up if you haven't. For the love of God.
We're giving you some responsibility here. I don't know. Great power, great responsibility. All right,
R.I.P. Uncle Ben.
we're gonna start with Bleach, chapter 589. It's called The Shooting Star Project. Also, in quotations, the old and new trust.
I guess that means the Headless Star is over?
Yeah. I don't get how those titles coincide with each other, but
yeah, wait, I don't understand what the Headless Star was even. What is that? What was that in reference to?
I didn't know stars had heads.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the Quincy Cross, some kind of ambiguous thing about that, but who knows?
But at no point does anyone lose their head there. Maybe temper-wise. Bazz-B gets pretty mad and loses his head, but I don't know.
That's every time he's on the page.
Yeah. Just constant shouting and aggression and just, dude, chill out. Alright, so what happens is a lot of nonsense happens, but also
It was a nonsense chapter.
we do get a little bit of reveal though, so he low-key
Like cleavage reveal?
not enough. But they reveal that there's a special cannon that Urahara-san created underneath the special whatever, the chambers of whoever, and it can take you to the Zero Division place, which he literally just got back from the Zero Division place. Come on, man.
It's the same technology of that previous. Remember the big chick, or there was a crippled chick with huge titties, and she shot them back in the first Soul Society.
Oh yeah, she was missing an arm.
She has one arm or something.
Yeah,
that was pretty great.
I don't remember that at all.
Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
She has
remember.
she's missing an arm. She was with
She's
the two giant dudes.
She's one of the Shiba clan,
Don't remember.
Shiba.
which is
Yoruichi.
actually Ishin's clan.
Wait, so this person, this one arm chick though, she launches Ichigo through a cannon.
Yeah, back in the Soul Society arc when they needed to break through the barrier around
Soul Society.
Serete. Yeah, they used this technology. It was her family's cannon.
A giant cannon.
That's just
Yeah. It's advanced stuff.
I mean, what does this barrier do exactly? Does it actually prevent people from coming in?
Around Soul Society or the Soul
around
Kingdom?
Soul Society.
Yeah, it does.
But being shot through a cannon basically rips through the barrier. Is that what we're supposed to understand?
Yeah, well, it shoots out some special capsule and you're supposed to be seated inside the capsule, and then that can penetrate it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Penetration.
Yeah.
Penetration.
Deep penetration. DP, bro.
Dude, I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but I also don't know if this is a bad drawing because the black cape in the background. But Yoruichi's totally a slut and her panties are showing. That's just...
Wait, what page?
I don't understand
page
why he went with this design, this design for Yoruichi. Like, did you really select that, like, that palette for her shirt? Like,
Dude,
I just
like,
don't understand what...
He was like listening to some like new era death metal during this segment, and he was like, "I think I'm gonna draw Yoruichi like this."
That's just the explanation we have for all things that
I think
Kubo does.
I think he must have had a really like lonely week. He was probably like reading a lot of like erotic manga and stuff, and he's like, I think I'll put this into my series. Because the whole chapter was just like erotic stuff. Well, like the first half anyway. Which I can't complain. Like whatever.
Dude, I'm pretty sure Urahara is tapping Yoruichi on the side like that.
Oh, they've been tapping each other for what, 1,000 years? How long have they been like exiled? 100 years? 1,000 years?
Probably 100 years because Yamamoto is 1,000 years old.
Oh, okay, yeah, not 1,000.
Dude,
So he's been hitting that on the regular.
So yeah, they've got this juice that Yoruichi just had on her somehow, and it'll blast them to the next place.
This juice.
Dude, it was like literally just in a jar, man. It was juice, dude.
What was the function of that again?
It's marmalade, dude.
It's like
Marmalade.
It's
like
energy.
nuclear energy that will like give it enough
Oh,
power.
right.
It's just like water. It's clear. It's just it's like totally translucent in a jar. Just water. It's like,
yeah, I guess so.
It's like it's his urine. He's just like going batshit insane.
Like the urine doesn't even have like an application in the canon. He's just like, no, I need to have like a urine entry point. Like
That kind of reminds me of like from Dodgeball. There's the old guy like Patches O'Houlihan.
yeah.
And there's that part where he's like, "Do I need to drink my own urine? No, but I do it anyway." Because it's sterile.
Dude, what a fantastic movie, dude. What a fucking classic.
Dive, duck,
Dip, dodge,
and
Dodge.
dodge.
Yeah, what is it? Dive, duck, dip, something.
It's
in
dodge,
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge.
Dodge, dude. I kind of want to see that movie again now. Oh man, Ben
It's a
Stiller,
classic.
dude.
Dude, yeah, Ben Stiller was like the greatest character ever in that dude. That was so
Dude, that was like,
ridiculous.
yeah, that was like peak Ben Stiller, peak Vince Vaughn.
That was like peak, like, was it 2000s or 90s?
That was
2000s,
2000s,
That was
man.
early
Yeah,
2000s.
that was like the peak of the early 2000s, like retarded comedies.
Yeah, honestly, like Ben Stiller's character could maybe even have topped Zoolander. Like it was crazy, dude. That character was so funny.
Okay, we totally gone off track now. So we were talking about Bleach?
Yeah, all right. So I don't know if they'd explained this before. I feel like they already explained that like she doesn't create bombs, but whatever she touches it explodes. But they had to explain it again.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know, filler.
That's pretty OP, man. She could literally just go get every Sternritter that's died and just fucking have a huge army.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
goddamn,
crazy.
dude, her power is insane.
And the Stern Ritters that like become zombified, they don't die again. Like
Yeah, it's pretty much like the immortal technique in Naruto.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, huh? Edo Tensei.
Yeah,
Edo
Edo Tensei.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah,
okay.
Edo Tensei.
he like totally like spears her through the face, and she like just takes it.
That was fucking brutal, man. Why can't they do that when they're actually alive and not zombies?
Oh, that's what I couldn't tell what the hell was going on.
Dude, he speared her in the face,
I
dude.
see that now. Yeah,
That's nuts, man.
Yeah, dude, right through the neck, I think.
it was like through the face, right? Straight through the face.
Oh no,
It's
look
like
in the throat.
I'm thinking like it's
In
her
the- in
throat,
the
man.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
she got throated, dude.
And then like her arm gets chopped off. Like
Yeah.
shit, dude. Why can't that happen like when they're alive?
And she's like, he's like drawn so innocently, but this character, whatever its name is like so like dark.
Whatever
dude.
its
like,
name is.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's so dark. Like, it said,
Cockroach.
I got moist. Like, dude, like, whoa. Like,
You mean you came?
yeah. It's like, don't you mean
you're
you got
hard?
it in an erection? Like, bro, like, whoa, this whole page, this whole segment, this whole fight is all just getting too out of hand now, dude.
The whole chapter is getting
I
kind
can't.
of.
Dude, I can't take this shit seriously. I really can't. Like,
I know I can't either,
the-
but it's kind of funny.
the characters are just like kind of like weird and like just like really, really out there just for the sake of being out there, you know?
Yeah,
It's
like Grammy was the
Yeah.
same. Like
I think he's just doing it now just to do it.
the only like somewhat normal like Quincy that he's fought is like the one like lightning rage bitch, because like it's okay to get mad in a fight, you know, like that's acceptable. That
Oh,
was,
you
like,
mean of this? You mean of this group of chicks?
yeah, of this group of like Quincy's that we've been running into, like the mask. Like, are you kidding me? That's like the most ridiculous character I've ever heard of. Like, he gets
Oh, the hero guy?
yeah,
The
like,
wrestler guy?
Yeah, the luchador man. His
I
power
thought that
comes
Nazi
from
guy
the
was pretty
Lucha-
normal.
The Nazi
That
guy,
like neo-Nazi guy, do you remember?
the neo-Nazi.
He was
guy?
like the first guy Ichigo fought, and he revealed that Quincy could like Bankai and shit.
Oh yeah, and he like he first revealed the like, what's that shit called?
Wow, this is kind of sad, but I don't remember. That was
The
even
jail
it
guy.
must
He
have-
was,
must have
he
not
was
been that
Stern Ritter
long ago.
J.
I don't remember.
Jail
He was
guy.
like hanging out in Huecamundo. I was just making a joke anyway. He's not normal. He's like a like neo-Nazi kind of guy.
Yeah, he was really weird.
Like
But yeah, I
most
think-
characters in Bleach.
Like who?
Like most characters in Bleach.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're all
like most
Nazis.
I thought it was kind of lulz though that this captain showed up at the end.
Yeah, it's totally
It's fucking,
perfect.
like- Yeah.
I think it's perfect, dude. In his like light suit, like, dude, that's so.
These
perfect.
like freaky bastards are like about to fight each other.
Yeah. And I just noticed that the thing is a tiny like Quincy hat thing.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that before. I thought it was just like an addition to her hair.
Yeah, I just saw that too. Nice.
Like in the next
yeah, that
in the next
that-
chapter,
that's it
she's
for
gonna
Naruto. I mean, Bleach.
she's gonna pull out her like giant cock,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be like
That's gonna be
like
her
a-
release.
It's like a semen
Ah.
cannon or something, and it's
Yeah.
like
It's gonna be her
It's like instead of the
release.
blood, like if you like touch the semen, it's like level 2 zombies. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, man.
something like even weirder is just gonna happen. It's just gonna like just exponentially just gonna get fucking more fucked up and just like
that's dangerous, man. Ah, jizz! No. That's dangerous, man. She could long range like zombify you. But anyway,
Long range. Get out of here.
yeah. Anyway,
But yeah,
I guess next week
on-
we'll just see some more fighting, and that's it.
Well, I'm pretty sure Ichigo won't get to the Zero Division Palace for like 6 more chapters, and in those 6 more chapters, there'll be zero story development. There'll just be like random fighting and people dying, like useless.
It'd be kind of
characters.
funny. It'd be kind of funny if like as soon as he gets there, someone like KO's Juhavak and he falls all the way back down. So it's like
Like, as
there
he's-
was no
as he's
there was
going
no
up, they're
point to
going
send Ichigo back up there.
It's like a cycle of just him going back and forth. This whole
Yeah.
war. He doesn't fight
It's
a
like
single
playing-
Quincy.
Yeah, exactly. It's like trying to play phone tag, you know. Just keep. Did you call me? No, wait. No, come back. That would be pretty great.
All right, we're just gonna like skip on the words are failing me right
Dude,
now.
on that note, we're gonna talk about Naruto now.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I was trying to say. We're just gonna like
On
move
that very relevant note, onwards to Naruto.
We're gonna move on with our lives to Naruto here. Naruto was kind of interesting, and honestly, like the whole point of Sakura having to be there for the chakra thing, like I remember last week we were discussing how like, oh, would it not matter? Like, shouldn't Obito just be able to use his technique? And this is what I thought had in mind, like that, like using his like Kamui to like a dimension that's not his, like would cost like
Yeah, because he
way
actually
more
tries to
chakra.
open up a dimension that's
Yeah.
not his anymore.
It's not that like
Yeah.
he's like able to access it constantly. He has to like recreate the door, which is
I think because what we were assuming was that when she moves to the next dimension, she would be moving to the one Sasuke's in.
yeah,
Like we didn't really think there'd be like 7 or 6 of them that like apparently now how far they are dictates how hard it is to open them. Like
yeah.
that doesn't really make sense to me, but I guess it kind of. I mean, I can
Well,
kind of understand what they're trying to say.
I don't think they're talking about distance in like actual like walking distance. I think they're talking about the distance in like how far apart
How
like
many
the dimensions
how many
are from
dimensions?
each other.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I can see that too.
Because they're not
Yeah.
jumping between land and the same dimension. They're jumping between dimensions.
You know
is,
what
like,
doesn't make
insane.
sense though is that if she's so like godly, like what's her name?
Kaguya?
If she's so godly that she can open these like incredibly dense dimensions,
Like that.
yeah, then why can't she just open Obito's? I don't feel like there's any real explanation as to why she wouldn't be able to open his. if
Maybe
if
she has
she's
to
so
find
like
his?
crazy, I feel like I feel like
If she's so crazy, she should literally separate every single person into like a dimension of just like huge.
Acid.
Yeah,
and just like let him start.
I was gonna say huge black cocks, but
Of course,
yeah,
you
acid
were.
works too.
I saved you from your
That's where
gayness.
John wants to go, dude.
That's where I wanna go. So soft.
Oh my god. Alright, yeah, but yeah, I don't know, it just doesn't really... I mean, on some level, I guess it just kind of works. It's like, it's enough logic to just kind of run by it, but I think, honestly, like, if she's, like, so, like, ungodly that she can just, like... if she's so ungodly that she can just, navigate through, like, these incredible, like, incredibly far and dense dimensions, and there's no reason why she wouldn't be able to get in through a Sharingan's dimension, you know? I mean, she has, like, the Rinnegan on her forehead. It's like the Rinnegan is a mastered version of the Eternal Mangekyo, and Kamui is just a Mangekyo Sharingan.
Yeah.
So if you really think about it that way, it's like, there's no real reason why she wouldn't be able to just go to his. Or not even... I feel like she should be able to sense where everyone is in the first place, but...
I would think so.
Yeah.
It was pretty... Actually, it was kind of confusing to follow the movement of the characters in this.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, they were.
But I
kinda
guess I kind of
moving-
got it. It kind of came together at the end.
I think the clones made it confusing for me. Like, who's a clone and who's not a clone? You know, like which of the Naruto's is real? I couldn't figure that out for quite some time. It was embarrassing.
Until, like, she figured it out and it was painfully obvious.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're the one with the black circles.
Yeah. No way, bro.
What a fatal flaw in Naruto's strategy.
His design.
Like, oops. Yeah, exactly. I forgot about these circles.
And they totally just leave Kakashi there? Like, Kakashi just totally became the most useless character there. After,
Oh, that's right. He is there, huh? Oh, he's with the clones, I guess.
Yeah, he's in the ice dimension still. Just totally useless.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me get this straight. So we have an ice dimension where Naruto, the original, is with Kakashi.
Yes.
We have the desert.
That's where Sasuke
Though there are
is.
two deserts. Two deserts. Two different deserts,
Yeah.
right?
There's a desert where Sakura, Obito, and, like, Naruto's clone is at. And then
Right.
there's a desert where Sasuke is at.
And they opened up some random, like, acid dimension on accident?
Yeah, yeah.
Or is someone literally at the acid dimension?
There's no one at the... Okay, that didn't make sense to me. How did he open up the acid dimension if no one has been there and it's not been introduced?
Well, what do you mean?
Because
It feels like a crapshoot, right? It's just like opening some dimension. It's like, oh, I happened to open
I got
Sasuke's
lucky,
or whatever.
you know?
Yeah.
That's totally a crapshoot. Like, he has, like, no aim. Like, if he was like, alright, like, I remember seeing Sasuke at this dimension, and I'm gonna check at different points of this dimension for him. That would make more sense. But right now, what it seems like is happening is, like, I'm just gonna open a door and hope to God, like...
I think
That
that's,
it's Sasuke's door.
Yeah.
I think that is kind of what is going on, though, right?
Yeah, and then...
Because if there must be like infinite dimensions, right?
Yeah, there must
So it's
be...
like he happened to open the correct one.
on his second try.
Right.
Or his third try. Because
It's
the
like
first one
yeah.
was, like... The first one was the lava world where they were first at. The second one was the acid world where you're not tripping. And then the third one is the sand world where Sasuke just happens to be there.
You know what would be
dehydrated.
funny if Kishi broke the fourth wall here, like they open a dimension and you just see like Juha Bach, like at the Soul King's house is like, what?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, or like you open it up and it's like freaking just like the whole One Piece sort of like barrage thing going on. Or like you open the wall and it's like you're above Wall Maria and like you see like all the Titans just like like what?
Oh, that'd be pretty great.
Yeah, it's
like a Titan just
it's
runs
like
through
all these all these dimensions that they're opening up are totally like sort of like isolated. Like
Yeah.
it'd be funny if like you open one up and it's just like just like a bunch of like it's just a whole
Goku's charging like a spirit bomb
like a
there.
whole society
what the
is just
fuck?
like living in it and they're just like what?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a fucking awesome concept. Like inter-manga dimensional like movement.
Yeah, it would totally kind of ruin the seriousness of this though. So
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. But it's kind
But
of
like
weird, though. It's
just as like a fun thing.
there's all these dimensions, right? And like he's like opening all these random ones, and you're not really sure how many there are, and it's like they're all completely like
Fucked.
like they're completely hostile
Yeah.
environments that like
They're like totally uninhabited, like
yeah, like he should be opening one, and there should be like he should see like
aliens.
a really grassy hill with like bunnies just like running around, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, he's not in this one. obviously.
Occasionally, Kaguya likes to go relax in this grassy dimension. Occasionally, Kaguya goes
Yeah, it's
to
like
the
opens one
beach
to
in
the
this one.
Bahamas. Yeah, no, I don't know. I honestly, I got the feeling that there weren't that many dimensions, like because
clearly there aren't, but there should be.
yeah,
There should
because
be.
she opened one and it was like completely lava based, right? And then she opened another
Right.
one and it was completely ice based. And what I got from that was that these terrains are based on the elements. And so they opened again, and this time it was a desert. That's where Sasuke was, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's like the sort of five, like there's 3 of the 5 main elements, and they were the first of the only 3 dimensions that we originally saw. So my impression was that, oh, these things are based off the elements that exist in Naruto.
What
So-
about acid?
Well, I mean, acid is one of them too. It's like what's her face? The Mizukage can use it, you know. So and
It's not
ice
like
itself is like a fusion of 2. It's like wind and water. So I mean, it would be the basic 5, and then maybe all the Kekkei Genkai like dimensions, you know. It was kind of.
I don't know if there's a tie, but I can see your tie.
Yeah, I mean, it could easily not be, but I feel like because it was so on the dot there, it felt like that's just kind of where it, like I feel like that was the extent of Kishi's imagination towards these like dimensions. I don't think they're gonna play too much more of a part, you know, in it because it's
Yeah, I don't
They're
either.
not going to go
it's
into
kinda
any of
boring,
it.
yeah.
They might, like, in the next chapter, go to, like, one dimension and be like, oh, we're in the wrong one. And then, like, I don't know, Sasuke has to come in clutch and, like, take him to the right one.
Yeah, it's like a Scooby-Dooby-Doo scenario where
Yeah,
it's
they're, like, going
in
through
wrong
doors.
dimensions, and
Yeah.
Kaku's like what is it, like the yakety yak?
It's like yeah. It's like super like slapsticky. Just
Yeah,
like,
and then you just see like Goku like going through some of the dimensions, and like Majin Buu's like chasing after him. And, yeah, no, yeah, it'd be great. I wish someone would do that.
Yeah. You should, hey, John, you should pitch that to Kishi, dude.
They should just do
yeah,
like,
I have his address, so I'll mail him my idea.
It's just your idea, asshole. No, they should
Yeah, I'll
just,
take all credit for
They
it.
should do like a special, like a Shonen Jump special. Yeah, that'd be great. Okay, well, anyway.
What's ridiculous is like this seems like their only shot. Like I don't think Obito has much left in him, and he used like all his power to get Sasuke back together with them, right? But she could easily just throw him in a dimension again. Like
Yeah.
there's
It
no
was
way. Like
pointless.
logically, she should just be able to do it over and over. Like it's no skin off her back.
Yeah.
But Obito's fucking bleeding from both eyes. Like
Sakura's like
he's like about to
dying,
collapse. Yeah, dude. She like her arm got fried off from the acid. Like.
These
Shit,
guys
man.
just went through hell.
There's too many
to get
things that
one fool
don't
back.
make any sense. Like Sakura being able to use her hakugo or whatever it is, a diamond on her forehead, and
Yeah.
she puts it into Obito, right? Like,
Oh,
if,
yeah,
if
she
you
does.
could do that with that, like I always assumed that power was for the self, and it was only
Right.
for the self, right? If you could put it into other people, then like Tsunade would have been able to save like that guy she was in love with, Dan. Who was about
Yeah.
to die. She could have just done that exactly what Sakura did, right?
No, but at that point in Tsunade's life, she didn't have that.
Yes, she did. She's always had that diamond thing on her.
Dude, no, I swear when I read that panel,
Yeah.
she didn't have the diamond.
She didn't have the diamond?
Yeah, it talked about when she like left Konoha, she like gathered up her chakra over a period of time. And that's how she has it now.
Huh.
She's like a shit medical ninja, man. Sakura's like 15. She can do this.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay, well, I'll buy that then, maybe. But yeah, I was
Would you
definitely under
guys-
the impression it was only self-imposed. Was that
Would you guys be down to like bleed from your eyes
to be able to use
Yeah.
To get
interdimensional
Sasuke back?
powers?
Nah.
to like do any of these eye powers?
Like,
Like
Amaterasu,
you have to
like,
fucking
be able to
bleed
burn
out
you.
of your eyes. Yes.
I want to know, like, is it painful? Like, is it literally like you got
It's gotta be
stabbed?
fucking painful, man. That's one orifice you never want to bleed out of.
Yeah, never.
Your eyes, your ears.
Sometimes
Like
when
the
I
nose is no problem, but goddamn, man.
sometimes when I cry too hard, my eyes hurt. You know, like if I'm bleeding out of my eyes, I am never using that eye technique again. I would have learned my lesson. I would have been like, yo, maybe this is something I shouldn't be doing.
I guess it kind
Yeah.
I guess it kind of depends. Like, if I had the Kamui and like a plane was on the crash collision course towards me, like while I was like walking to school or something,
Yeah.
then yeah, I guess I would bleed out the eyes.
You
Like-
you could have saved the Malaysian flight. R.I.P. though. We shouldn't fuck around with that. That's kind of sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I'd use it for good, but not like every day. Just hold on, let me get this dimension. Fuck!
Which is crazy that like they never bleed out of their eyes when they do the, because you know Itachi had the 3 and Sasuke has the 3. They never bleed out of the eyes when they do the Genjutsu one.
Yeah, that's Kiyomi, and then they don't bleed out of the eyes when they use Susanoo either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
actually,
but their
Itachi,
body dies when they use Susanoo.
Yeah, Itachi didn't even have his eyes working when he had Susanoo.
Yeah, he was blind already, wasn't he?
Kind of crazy. Okay, so another funny thing to bring up with this Naruto chapter is like Sasuke's got these crazy powers, right? But essentially, like his replacement jutsu is basically a Kawamari jutsu, which is like you substitute
like a substitution jutsu.
Yeah,
right?
It's like you know how they've been substituting like wood blocks with their body.
Yeah,
like
since
essentially,
like day one. Man.
Yeah, this is exactly what it is. It's like I don't understand what's so special about it. It would be special if he could just teleport. Which is what I seen was his ability. How funny would it be?
Substitute jutsu was essentially teleportation, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there was no.
I guess you body switch.
Yeah, but there's no real explanation
switch,
for how you can do it that fast, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
That's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Thinking back, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
The substitution jutsu.
How I thought of it or justified to myself was that they just have like 1,000 like wood logs like lying around, like they prepared them for like a couple years.
Like you gotta go to the store and buy the specific wood.
Yeah, and
like,
then you can like
$5
switch
a pop,
positions.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's how I justify.
You have to like,
because where are these wooden blocks coming from? You know, like there's not just like a magical like.
And some of them are custom to like kind of have the shape of the person that used them.
Yeah.
It's
There's
like
not
you
like a
can, like,
magic
get 'em,
dimension where there's like wood blocks waiting to be thrown out there. You know, like, oh, is it my day today? Like,
I think, I mean, obviously Kishi probably just wasn't thinking it through when he originally was writing. I think he just came up with a substitution jutsu as like, oh, this is something that ninjas would do, and you know, he probably wasn't really.
But
thinking
now they'll
about,
do it instantaneously.
Yeah, I don't think he was thinking about this whole like teleportation, space-time category of jutsu being like really elite. You know, like I don't think he had that in mind.
I'm pretty sure that's why he dropped the whole substitution technique.
Yeah, because
altogether.
they just.
Because I haven't seen it since like halfway through like the first season, like before Shippuden. That's the last time I saw it happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, dude, makes the yellow flash look useless, man. You just switch with the log, shit, instantaneous.
The brown flash, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
One thing that's interesting to me is that the black creature says it would be best for you not to carelessly create openings, mother. He's getting closer to Sasuke, like. He knows where Obito and them are, but he's not going to tell Mother.
Yeah, or the mom doesn't know.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense.
How does he know better than Kaguya?
There's a certain sort of malice that exists in the Black Zetsu that I think is starting to lead to the fact that maybe he's in charge and he's something else entirely, even separate from Kaguya.
Yeah, I feel like he's totally in charge. Like,
maybe he is.
He's Kaguya's husband. He fathered the.
Maybe he.
Like we were
is
talking about this in the past.
What if he is the fruit itself? You know.
I never thought about it like that.
I don't know. I mean,
God.
it's just like he's just too malicious and smart.
The way he like masterminded the entire like
he's
generations
like it just definitely
Shinobi,
seems like he's in control.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Kaguya
Satan,
seems
dude.
very submissive at this point.
He's Satan. He was at one point a snake.
Satan. Well, I guess they explained him as her will, so maybe it's really her. It's all on her.
Maybe.
But I'm sure I wouldn't put it.
But
past
he's like
Kishi
coaching her. He's like telling her shit. Like, oh, maybe you should do this, mother. And like, he like,
yeah, definitely.
I don't know, dude. Like, I feel like at first it was like Kaguya was like, all right, like his whole life goal is to like resurrect Kaguya. But now he's totally just like running the game for her. Like, I feel like he's coaching her, you know?
Yeah. Hey, so let's talk about this panel here where Sasuke is holding Sakura.
Right. I was just looking at that actually.
All right, so
my heart fluttered.
Obviously,
my heart fluttered.
Obviously, this is you know like sort of hint that they might there's hope for them yet as the conclusion of this story comes, like they might end up together. So the question is, who do you guys?
It's another case of Ron ends up with Hermione, man.
Yeah, dude.
Too bad Sasuke doesn't have a sister who Naruto could just fucking bang.
Actually, Naruto, like, ends up banging Itachi's Edo Tensei body for the rest of eternity. That's what happens in the story.
It's very disturbing.
Yeah.
That's really disturbing.
No, I mean, okay, so I mean, I get the feeling then that Naruto is probably going to end up with Hinata, and then Sasuke is going to be with Sakura.
He's gonna settle. Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't think it's
He's
so
gonna
much,
settle.
Oh yeah, he's gonna settle, man.
I don't think it's so much settling as it is him realizing that like he appreciates the people who were there with him from the beginning, you know, because Hinata was the only person who actually liked him from the very start, whereas the rest of the characters had to kind of warm up to Naruto eventually, because Naruto was always kind of looking for acknowledgement and acceptance, and
Hinata loved him from the start.
Yeah, for who he was. And so I think maybe he'll appreciate that. I mean, also you have to consider that incredibly pivotal moment where Hinata throws herself out in front of Pain.
Yeah.
To like save Naruto and confesses her love for him, and it's like,
this is totally like
Sakura didn't do that. She didn't go out there.
Yeah,
and try
hell
to
no.
help him, yeah.
Sakura was like, somebody help me.
Yeah.
Hinata's totally like post World War II Japanese woman. Big strong American soldier, take me home. That's what Sakura or Hinata is to me, dude.
That's
yeah. That's the perfect analogy.
Big strong.
Because he's white, so shit.
Yeah.
Naruto is not white.
Back to square one. Dude, he's totally white, man. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Dude.
That's so cute.
So we had that discussion like a couple of like podcasts back ago where we were talking about
check it out, episode 3.
The white savior, right? Is that what it was?
The great white savior.
And I was kind of thinking about that, right? And I think here's my sort of like opinion on it. Like when Kishi was writing Naruto, or at least when Naruto was published, I think he was somewhere around like 22 or 23 years old. So, I mean, I don't think like he was necessarily, he obviously wasn't sort of propagating some sort of like, the white man is superior sort of like, like message.
Of course not.
But I mean, I think what it is, right, is like in mainstream culture, because white people have like been so prevalent as like the main character, there's a sort of bias that exists towards them as like these sort of like
hero.
Yeah, good people. Like people that you want to root for. And in my opinion, like Naruto, who's like pretty like essentially Japanese, right? Like he loves to eat like Ichiraku ramen. Like that's like as Japanese as it gets, you know? It's like that's like his thing, right? It's like I feel like in making him blonde haired and blue eyes, I feel like it's what maybe like subconsciously what Kishi was getting to is that like Japanese people have the same capacity to be that hero as well. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure he was just alluding to like high school white people taking Japanese class. That's what he was talking about. Just like white people just trying to be Japanese, dude. Just,
you mean like
trying to eat ramen and stuff? Like,
that's really
you mean like
stupid.
like Japanophiles in America?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
he's an expert on that field.
Why would he allow his main character that he invests in through the most? Why would he want to portray?
It's because it's the whole point of the story that these white people in America love Japanese shit too much. That's the whole point of Naruto.
Yeah, dude. Ino is literally Sarah Bergman.
Oh my god! Wow.
Wait, is that her name, Ino?
Yeah,
Ino.
No one's gonna understand that.
All right, for our listeners out there.
No, you don't even need to explain it.
I'm just gonna say that you don't need to know who Sarah Bergman is. And if you do, I'm sorry. And if you're Sarah Bergman and you happen to be listening to this, I'm not sorry. So, let's continue.
Justin's being a bully.
I am being a bully. A cyberbully.
It's fucked up.
Cyberbullying, bruh. I win at it.
You know what'd been funny is if Sasuke used his, like, substitution jutsu to, like, substitute himself with Sakura. She was stuck in
the desert dimension.
Instead of that jacket.
Oh man, that should have happened. I missed. Oops. I was aiming for the jacket. He should have done it with Obito, honestly. Let that fool die in there.
Mm-hmm.
He would have served his purpose. That suicidal, crazy bastard was like, "Let me die for you, Naruto." Crazy bastard.
Crazy muff.
Honestly, though, I feel like low-key it's kind of symbolic because like Naruto like gave him his life at that point. Because at that point he was already dead. And Naruto, like, resurrected him, and he was like, alright, like, with this life that you gave back to me, like, I'm gonna sacrifice it to make your shit happen.
Yeah, it's good. It's a equal payment, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
And he should, because he's just fucking this... horribly misguided character this whole time. You know, in retrospect, I was thinking about this the other day. It's kind of ridiculous how there was so much resistance to the idea of, like, before Toby was revealed, there was so much resistance to the idea of Toby being Obito. But the whole time that, like, the signs have been so painfully obvious.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
it's like everyone had the feeling like it probably is, but please God, don't let it.
Yeah. That's
what everyone. Yeah, I remember too.
Yeah, that was like everyone's attitude about it.
Yeah. I remember when
I was kind of on the fence. I remember
when they were first talking about like Toby, like not being like Sasori's bitch, but like being like there with Deidara. Yeah. They were all like, "Oh, dude, remember Obito? Remember like the mask?"
And I was like, got one eye.
I was like,
"Yeah, everything's about
totally
that,
plausible." I was like, kind of a little too obvious, but totally
same hair.
Plausible. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it was really obvious, but everyone was
everyone was like really against it, and then I remember like something that was really popular was there was like this like one sort of like guy who figured out how it would be impossible for Obito to be that strong because he kind of like figured out the timeline of it, and for Obito to have attacked the Konoha village, he would have had to be incredibly young because Naruto had just been born, and there's no way he'd be that strong.
Yeah, he was probably like 18, man.
Yeah, but then it was actually, wasn't it Madara? It was actually Madara at that point, right? Who attacked?
Oh, I thought it was Obito.
No, I think it was. Wasn't it actually Madara? And then he comes back and then dies, and then Obito.
Because he was using Kamui.
He was using Kamui. It was Obito.
I remember.
And I remember when the Fox attacked, they were like little kids. And then when the clan was destroyed, when the Uchiha clan was destroyed, like Sasuke was like a small child. Yeah. So Kakashi would have been like maybe 20-something years old.
He was really young. Yeah. I remember like he when the Fox was being attacked, like it was like Kakashi and all the teachers now, they're all being pushed away into the woods, and they were like, you guys need to be protected because you're the future. Yeah. And don't get into this fight. And fucking Obito is strong enough to go up against the fourth.
Yeah. Hokage. Yeah, dude, he was like god tier. That was one thing I remember. Like during that arc, I was like, no way, it's Obito. Like this can't be.
It doesn't make any
sense. He's too strong. Yeah, he's too good.
Yeah.
It has to be Madara.
I thought it was Madara. You know. What
I did too. Everyone did.
So I was saying earlier, offline, that I wanted to do this sort of like what if scenario series where we talk about the sort of what if scenarios that exist within mangas. And I wasn't going to bring it up today, but since you brought up the whole thing, people were suspecting that Obito might be Toby. Toby, Obito is like his name.
Yeah, exactly. That too. It's painfully obvious.
I was gonna bring up this one what if scenario where it's like, I don't know if you guys remember, but for a while in the series, although there were people who were suspecting that it might be Toby, there was also a lot of people who were suspecting it might be Danzo. And there's one very specific scenario that happens where you find out that Danzo has the Sharingan in his right eye that he's covering. And so it just becomes this whole thing where everyone's like, oh shit, Danzo's Toby. And it makes sense now. He's like controlling everything from the shadows. And he's also controlling Konoha from the shadows. Yeah. And so the what if scenario I was going to ask is, what if Toby was Danzo? How like different would the story have been?
Would Danzo still have his full sleeve of wasted
Sharingans?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would assume so, yeah.
It would be the same Danzo, but he's also doing all this miraculous stuff, too.
Yeah.
Well, I know one thing. We probably wouldn't have seen another Kaguya reveal and such. Like, I feel like I don't know. Like, I feel like that's way too, like, dependent on Madara. Like.
So I guess this means that Danzo never would have fought Sasuke? Is that what?
Well, I don't know.
Your scenario entails?
I mean, I don't know. I guess everything would be different though, right? Because maybe if Danzo was Toby in the first place, then maybe he wouldn't have...
He would have been smarter than to fight Sasuke and waste his fucking...
Or maybe he wouldn't have even gone to Sasuke in the first place, And maybe he would have wanted to take him out or something. I mean, I don't know. There's like too many differences that would exist if it was...
But Danzo didn't go to him. Sasuke found Danzo.
No, I know. But I'm saying if Danzo was Toby, Toby was the one who brought Sasuke to Danzo. So obviously if Danzo was Toby, that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I would have liked that a little more from the sense that
what's happening right now isn't too spectacular.
I just didn't like Obito's arc as much. I don't really. I mean, I guess I believe it, but I don't know. Danzo is just like such an evil guy. He was so conniving. He was very opportunistic, and I think that's the kind of person that would throw himself into this kind of plot, not Obito.
Well,
who was just like, man.
I don't.
Shucks, my girlfriend died.
I don't really buy into Obito being the way he is. Even now, I
don't either. And then his like quick switch back, like, dude, come on, weak sauce.
Well, I can say that Obito's kind of a motivated guy, like even when he was a little kid, and he's also very easily manipulated. So
clearly, very, very easily manipulated.
So the formula of that is what makes me like believe is in buying.
Yeah, but I mean, he was too much of a parallel to Naruto. Like his even if he was easily manipulated, like his sort of like inner belief to do the right thing was always
he was basically
really, really
weak.
Strong. I feel like his will more than anything was supposed to be like the most pronounced aspect of his character. I just really liked the way he died. I thought it was very, very emotional, impactful, and I really wish Kishi didn't.
You mean as a kid?
Yeah, his death as a kid was fucking fantastic writing.
Yeah,
I that whole like Gaiden is really emotional, especially considering where it was in Naruto at the time, where it's like Sasuke just had left Naruto, and now Naruto is kind of like alone again. And
that was like the Shippuden like
break.
transition, right?
Yeah, it was the break. Yeah. It was just really, really well done, and I think it was kind of unfortunate that Kishi felt the need to go back to that character and I don't know, turn into what he is now.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily saying that it's not possible for that to have worked, but it's definitely.
I mean, I think it works, just not. It's not the best.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't.
It could have been. I mean, what I'm saying is maybe it could have worked to the point where we would have liked it, but.
Are you saying that I don't like it?
We're speaking for everyone here.
You do like that Obito is Toby?
Yeah, honestly, like, I think he could have done a better job with it, but I do like it. I think I buy it. I think it's cool. Like, all right, Obito came back, like, makes Kakashi relevant, because, I mean, if Obito never came back in the story, Kakashi would not be relevant at all. He would be useless, even with his special Kamui powers. And it, like, I don't know, dude. The whole, like, parallels to Naruto, except, like, how, like, Obito failed and Naruto succeeding, like, it just shows how Naruto could also have failed, you know?
Yeah, but I feel like we got that out of Pain, though.
Pain was a total different story, though, because...
Nagato was essentially a lot like Naruto, and then...
But he wasn't in, like, a ninja village where he technically still has a home. Like, Naruto was, like, a wandering, like, homeless kid with his two homies.
Yeah, but they wanted the same thing, though. Essentially, that's kind of the thing that matters most. It's like their characters wanted exactly the same thing, you know. And it's like one became so cynical that he decided that it's not possible to have that. You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of like a double beat. It's like the same sort of like thing happening. Stupid.
Okay. Also, now that you bring up Nagato, I thought it was, like, whack that, like, Obito didn't see how he was in the same situation that he put Nagato in.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, isn't that, like, what he did to Nagato is what Madara did to him, and it's like, you're in the middle of it and you still don't realize?
Yeah, you know, there's so many things about that I really just didn't like. Like, I really hated how you find out... Okay, well, first off, I hate that the Rinnegan is an evolved form of the Mangekyo. I think that's stupid.
It should be a different eye power.
It should. And I love the fact that Nagata having the Rinnegan, it was like, you were led to believe that, like, the Sage of the Sixth Path was this, like, sort of mythical embodiment in that it just reincarnates itself randomly into someone else. And I hate that, like, it ended up being this thing where it's like, oh, Madara had planted in him in the first place. Like, it was just stupid. I really, really like the element of it where it's like the Rinnegan just shows up every, you know, like several hundred decades or whatever. And
like the Super Saiyan.
Yeah, it's like, it's a real rarity, and they just kind of came into this guy. Yeah. And it's even more profound that he failed. Like, he got that, but he still failed.
Yeah.
Because of the scenarios of his upbringing. Like, I thought, like, that was really sort of powerful. And I really hated how it just ended up being that mugger. I was like, oh yeah, I grew it in his eyes. It's like stupid.
And then Obito was like, oh, and I made you do it. Or no, not Obito. The Black Zetsu was like, oh.
Yeah, it's just dumb.
Just like
John, you've been a little
much
bit quiet,
manipulation,
man.
dude.
What's on your mind?
I was looking at my phone.
Alright, so it does suck what happened with like the whole renegade situation with Naruto. That's terrible. I think next week.
I feel like we could spend a whole like 30 minutes on Nagato, so we won't right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I have some opinions on Nagato too, but I don't want to get into
like
it.
a whole couple hours on Naruto.
Yeah, actually, even a Donzo question, that's like could be a podcast in itself.
By itself, right?
Yeah.
We need to have like more frequent podcasts. But anyway, the prediction for next week is that, I mean, unless Sasuke just has additional powers hidden up his sleeves, like they're kind of stuck there.
Dude, eventually he's gonna have double renegades.
Double Rinnegan? Like a Rinnegan within a Rinnegan?
No, like he only has a Rinnegan in his like left eye or something.
Yeah, and the other one's an
needs to-
eternal Manga Kid.
Yeah, so he's gonna eventually get the other one. His Rinnegan's different too, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
his has the
Sharingan
toys
dots.
on it. Yeah.
Dude, Naruto's gonna get the Rinnegan. Why the fuck not? They're descended from the same fucking sage.
He'll just
They
become he'll just become the sage then. He won't be the reincarnation of Ashura.
Yeah, I guess.
I really feel like Kishi really wants to fuse them, but he's not gonna do it because he's like, I can't do that because then that's kind of like
The fusion technique.
Gogeta. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I think he's like really mad. I can see him like really upset about it. Like,
Yeah.
I really want to fuse Sasuke and Naruto.
damn you,
damn it.
Gogeta.
Yeah. Or Vegeta or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, and DBZ fused them twice. So you really can't do it.
And it fused the kids too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fused
Remember
Yeah,
Gotenks or whatever.
Go Tanks.
Goten and Trunks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who like pulled Super Saiyan 3 out of his ass.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess my prediction is Kaguya is going to separate them all once again and they'll be back at square one.
That'd be so.
Dude.
That'd be so terrible. I would just be so incredibly bored. I'd just be like, "Wow, I'm so over this." Just
Yeah.
move on. It'd be very lolsy though.
They are screwed though. Those three are like in the desert world, and they're out of chakra. And I'm surprised Obito still has blood left to come out of his eyes. Like his body should be like, isn't his body like trash anyway? Like,
Dude, he had the Juby.
His body is
extracted
trashed.
out of him, dude.
Yeah.
He should be dead.
yeah.
He was dead for all intents and purposes, but
Oh man.
what the hell fumes is he running on, man? But
Okay.
I guess
Mountains.
Huh?
Mountains of Yayo. That's what he's running on, dude. He's just like
Mountains of what?
Yayo.
Yago? What's Yayo?
That's the black man's word for cocaine. You guys don't know that term? All right. Anyway, he's like totally Scarfacing right now, just at the end of the movie. Just
Yeah.
guns can't kill me. You know who I am? I'm Tony. Well, that's what he's running on. Naruto is pretty much just like, honestly, like I can even say that like Naruto's doing the best out of the three of them. Like he's just hanging, dude. Like he's like, all right, like I'm just hanging on here. Like I'm taking on the demon witch, and you guys are all just lollygagging over there, taking it easy, relaxing.
Yeah. Getting burned by acid and shit.
One Piece was kind of really, really hectic. A lot was going on, which is like kind of standard of One Piece, but it was still like there was a lot going on.
It's kind of like I'm kind of really getting bored of it. Like I'm not that interested in all these. Like, give me like a few panels. Like I get the idea. You know, like, oh, there's a lot of chaos going on and all the people are fighting for the sake of Luffy. Like, I only need that done in like 2 pages. Like, I want to see like the development.
This was a whole chapter.
He's not going to give you that,
explaining
man. He's gonna tell it like he wants to tell it. And it's been like this forever, man.
Just hate it, man. That's the one thing I just don't like. It's just like so excessive.
It is kind of a drag when we're caught up to it. But even honestly, it was a drag sometimes when I was reading the series for the first time.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like,
I mean, in this case, I kind of like it because I don't know. I'm down to see these family members fight a little bit. What are their names? I don't know their names, but you know, the guy with the crazy hair who can like
He looks
blow
like Super
things up or
Saiyan
whatever.
3.
Yeah, and then the kid with the horns.
Yeah.
I don't know, they're cool, I guess. Like they should have a moment, but
Dude, the
Yeah.
kid
yeah,
with the cords.
it's a slog.
If it was more of like a focus on the family, then yeah, I would be interested. But it was like only like a few sort of combative scenes, you know? It's like, it doesn't really mean anything. Like, they could easily be defeated or they could easily defeat a few fodder. It's like, I don't know, it's just like, really don't care. Oh, you know what I thought was bullshit? Was, freaking, what's that guy's name again? The Conehead?
Don Chinjiao?
Yeah, Don't Chin Chat. Like, I thought it was dumb that he got hit by that rock thing. Like, he's supposed to be incredibly strong with, like how Shikahaki and, like, Arminen and the sort of the observer's disposition, right? So, like, he should have been able to see that coming, and he should have known who it was coming from, you know? It shouldn't have taken him by surprise at all, considering the caliber of his strength.
But this is an officer.
Yeah, but so what, dude? Like, he's just one of the many officers. Like, even if it was an attack from one of the executive officers, I don't really feel like it should have taken Don Chinjiao for surprise. Like, this guy is supposed to be a vet, you know? Like, he was at, like, Garb Silva at some point, you know? It's like I really feel like it was just kind of dumb that he got blown up.
Well, he was kind of caught up in the frenzy.
Yeah,
Because if you notice the transition...
Yeah, but if you have the disposition of observation, that's like, it's just something you should be aware of, I feel like. That's kind of, one of the things I feel is kind of inconsistent with One Piece, is like, there are scenarios where like they can feel something coming, and then they like move like almost prodigiously to stop it, you know? And like, Luffy's done that a number of times, but then like, and then he'll randomly like be put in scenarios of near death. It just like really feels sort of like inconsistent sometimes.
But usually his scenarios of near death aren't on like a fighting scale. It's like on a setting scale. Like he was just in a bad place, in a bad time. That's what I've noticed. Like
I don't know, he gets nicked every so often though, when he shouldn't have, in my opinion.
Well, he can't be unstoppable.
Yeah,
The
but I
story
mean,
would be boring.
he should know it though. He should be able to, like, I mean, there's a difference of not being able to stop it because you're not able to, and being completely oblivious to it in the first place. You know what I mean? Like that scenario where Doflamingo shows up and does a termite on the bull, and he falls into the seawater, and he's basically like gonna die if it wasn't for the two other people that come in to save him. Like, he should know that. He should, like,
Well, how would he know that?
The attack should be coming, and he should be like, I need to stop this attack. It's just like, he should have the awareness to be able to prevent it, you know? It doesn't make any sense that he wouldn't be able to.
Are you talking about like the bullet string attack or the showing up of the string clone?
The bullet string attack.
Okay. Yeah, maybe that one he could have blocked, definitely.
I mean,
There's one thing. Oh, go ahead. Sorry,
No,
finish
no.
your point.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, that's just like one of many examples that I feel like has existed. But yeah, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say there was one thing I wanted to point out that happened kind of early on, and it was the interaction between Bellamy and Don Quixote.
Yeah.
So I remember a long time ago, I don't remember if we talked about it on a podcast, but we did talk about this before. And we were pondering whether Don Quixote, his end goal was to become the Pirate King. And if you look at the interaction there on the page 6 or something.
Yeah, he says he wants to destroy this world.
Yeah.
He just wants to destroy the world. And I remember I kind of was talking I was saying that I thought Don Quixote's just end game was to like throw the world into chaos. I remember one or both of you was saying he wanted to become the Pirate King, but
I think like
I don't
that's
remember.
kind of like one in the same though. Like, being Pirate King isn't really about like being the king of pirates more so than it is the ability to do whatever it is you want to do. Like, you've been able to put yourself in a position where no one can stop you from doing whatever you want. So like, being Pirate King
kind of, but not really.
Yeah, it is, dude. That's the whole thing that like Luffy has been saying since the very beginning. Like, I want to be Pirate King because Pirate King just means having the most freedom in the world. You get to do whatever it is you want. So I mean, I feel like it. I mean, it very.
But
well
he
could
wants
be,
that title, right?
But like Luffy already does whatever he wants, man. That's my counterpoint to you.
He does.
Luffy already
I
does
mean, yeah,
whatever
he
wants.
lives life the way he wants, but there are plenty of things that haven't gone his way. like he didn't want Ace to die, but Ace died on him because he wasn't able to stop it because he wants the ability to do whatever he wants and live the life the way he wants to without any sort of like, I don't know, maybe disturbance of it. But like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's basically it's saying the same thing. Like Doflamingo could be the Pirate King, and maybe his definition of what the Pirate King means to him is the ability to just throw the world in chaos because he has complete control over it. I mean,
in that essence, then it's not the Pirate King. It's just he's the king of the world.
I don't know. I feel like you're kind of missing a very vital point of this sort of universe in this story, which is that there are the kind of people who think that being the Pirate King is essentially just having One Piece, just having the most amount of treasure. And those sort of characters have been tossed up into the back burner because I think this story makes it very clear that that sort of opinion is kind of shallow and like not like it's if you have that sort of opinion, you'll never get to that point in the first place. And I think a lot of these characters that actually have a shot at being the Pirate King are the kind of people who have like some sort of like bigger ambition that's tied into being the Pirate King itself. And so
then how do you become Pirate King? There are 4 Yonko now. Why can't one claim the title?
Well, we don't know. That's like part of the huge mystery of the story. Like we don't know what it
Pirate
takes
King
to get to
is
that point.
having One Piece, right? I mean, isn't that an established truth?
Yeah.
It's like I think it's an element of it, yes, but like I think you're missing the point though. Like Buggy would think that Pirate King is essentially
Buggy-sama.
I'm sorry. Buggy-sama would think, I think I should just retract my statement.
You should just stop at this point. You've already violated our number 1 rule.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna get 100 spankings later. No, but I mean, like, I think
go ahead, sorry.
There are characters who, like, I mean, I'm just repeating myself, but there are characters who think that owning the treasure itself is the definition of what being the Pirate King is, and I don't think that's what it is. And I think that the story makes it very clear that that isn't what being Pirate King is. It's part of it's an element of it, yes, but it's not the most essential and vital aspect of what it means to be the Pirate King. So yeah, sure, maybe Doflamingo doesn't have any interest in being the Pirate King, but in my opinion, he very well could, and I don't think it would hinder this sort of like thing about him wanting to destroy the world, because I think being like here in this story, in this One Piece story, being Pirate King means being top dog. That's essentially what it's sort of like synonymous with. So like being the top dog in this chaotic world essentially means to be able to sway it in whichever way you want. So I think for Doflamingo, maybe he doesn't want to be the Pirate King, maybe he does, but either way it works towards him destroying the world. It's just like being able to put himself in a position where he can do whatever he wants, in my opinion. I think it's the same thing.
I think it's thematic and you can tie them together in that way, but I just want to, my whole thing is like, there has to be a clear definition of Pirate King, a clear definition of what Doflamingo wants, a clear definition of what the world government is, essentially. Because they can do anything they want. They have been for like hundreds of years. So in that case, you could say they're thematically the Pirate King, right? The world government or the heads. So thematically it ties in,
not
but
really. I mean, the Marines don't get to do whatever they want, though. I mean, they have a whole.
Not the
like,
Marines,
I mean,
the
those
world
like
government.
those like the 5,
The Gorosei?
right? The
Yeah,
like 5
but,
leaders of the.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like they don't have control over the world, though, because like at least over half of the world is in rebellion constantly.
Well, did Roger have control of the world when he was Pirate King?
He didn't want to. That wasn't his definition of what being Pirate King was.
So that's what I mean. You have to clearly define the different things.
It's
all thematic.
Yeah, but
it's
I
all
think
thematically
what
tied
I'm
in.
saying is being Pirate King is being able to do whatever it is you want. So it is completely subjective to each character. So if Doflamingo wants to destroy the world, then that might be the element of what he wants Pirate King for in the first place.
Right. So basically, your point is he wants to become Pirate King and then attain his like.
No,
his
I'm saying, not necessarily that he wants to be Pirate King. I'm saying it still very well could work with him wanting to be Pirate King. Did he ever say at some point that he wanted to be Pirate King?
No.
No, but I remember we talked about it once.
Dude,
Like kind of just as a fun.
dude, like
think
look at
it's
his
totally
power,
possible.
dude. His power is like
The ability to
controlling
manipulate
people. Like
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
and like he's like the king or the prince of the underworld. Like
Yeah.
that's like his characters, in my opinion, is totally set up to where like he wants to be Pirate King. Like I as Pirate King, I can tell you niggas what to do. As Pirate King, like I run the underworld. Like as Pirate King, like I'm doing like this shit because I want to do this shit. You know, like
Yeah, right.
that's why I can buy him being wanting to be Pirate King.
Yeah, I mean, I guess all I'm trying to say is that him saying I want to destroy the world doesn't hinder his character from wanting to be Pirate King. It could work either way. Maybe he'll say, I have no interest in being Pirate King, I just want to destroy the world. Honestly, like, I would think that that's kind of a boring development.
Yeah.
Because there are plenty of people who want to destroy the world. It's like, I want him to be in direct competition with Luffy.
Exactly.
And that makes him way more interesting. So, like, if he wants to destroy the world, yeah, sure, that makes total sense to me. But if he wants to destroy the world by being Pirate King, that makes a lot more sense to me.
Also,
And it's totally possible.
now that we're on this topic, would you buy the chance that he is not defeated at the end of this arc, and he moves on to the next part of the new world and had to confront him again?
Yeah, I mean, I think I kind of brought up that subject before. It's like, there are a lot of characters in One Piece that get defeated, but then they just keep on coming back, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm pretty certain that, I mean...
Well, but everyone that's applied to has become an ally of Luffy's, and I don't see Doflamingo doing that ever. So
you're saying maybe he just gets, like, defeated, but he just remains, like, a thorn in the side of the characters?
yeah, but more than a thorn in the side. Like,
yeah,
a barrier or a wall they have to get through, you know? Like,
yeah, but I mean, I only say a thorn in the side because there are other fish to fry in this story, and once we've defeated Doflamingo, he can come back in big ways, you know, but like he can't be the sort of like
he
needs
won't
to
have
step
that
aside
thing
after
anymore,
a while,
yeah.
or else it's gonna get boring to see him over and over again. But I see what you're saying though. Yeah, I mean, I could see him. He's like on that caliber where I feel like you have
exactly. And like defeating him here and now, like my projection of how much of the story is left is like Doflamingo was an extremely minor character to be defeated this early in the story.
You know, yeah, I feel like I was expecting something a lot more similar to Alabasta, where Alabasta took forever.
Yeah.
Like, it was introduced, like, way early on in Grand Line, and then, like, it went through, like, a sort of semi-arc where they go to, like, a dinosaur island, and they fight some of the characters, and then they go away, and they get Chopper. It's totally irrelevant to the whole Alabasta arc.
Yeah.
And then we kind of go back to Alabasta, and Alabasta takes, like, forever to complete. And honestly, I thought that this was kind of going to be similar to that. Like, I thought it would be something we would come back to eventually after developing some stuff. But, like, I agree. It's kind of weird that it feels like it's going to conclude pretty early. And I feel like that kind of, like, underestimates Doflamingo.
Yeah,
as a character.
especially Doflamingo. Like people, I don't know, because I don't really know any other manga people, but, like, I feel like Doflamingo's way crazier than, like, he's being showed to be. And he's been showed to be a badass already, you know, like, king of the underworld, like, everyone fears him, like, nobody can touch him. He's
ruthless.
He has a deal with a Yonko, like, that's, like, a big deal, you know, like, I don't know, man, I feel like if he's, like, taken out this early in the story...
It's, like, a lot of potential conflict that's, like, out of the...
Yeah, and, like, it would really tie in well to him wanting to be Pirate King if he survived this and was, like, there again, you know?
Yeah, maybe he gets kind of defeated just for the sake of, like, concluding the arc, but he escapes or something.
Yeah. Maybe not, like, defeated in a fight. Maybe he doesn't even fight at all. Maybe he, like, realizes as a smart man that, like, alright, like, I played all my cards, like, I have nothing left here, like, I can go out, like, Rambo status, but maybe I won't win. I should regroup, like, because he's totally smart enough to do that. Like, he's not a fool. Like a lot of the other bad guys were.
Here's another aspect of it, though, is that he's actually been shown to be incredibly compassionate towards his own crew, though. So I don't feel like he's gonna ditch them. You know what I mean? Like, they're his family, right? He's, like, said that multiple times and gotten, like, really pissed off whenever one of them gets even, like, bashed a little bit. But I don't know, maybe he is that much of a bastard where that's what he says, but then he'll still run away when push comes to shove.
Yeah. And it would just make us hate him that much more, because Oda could totally play, like, the the emotion card and be like, oh, Doflamingo is now going to sacrifice himself for his crew members to escape, and they're like, oh, he has a heart after all. Well.
That'd be.
But that'd be way whack. You know, like,
but I mean, no, but
he
I
needs
mean,
to be
like
a bad
what
guy.
I'm saying.
Doflamingo
like,
for new Nakama, calling it now.
It's like his if his crew was like defeated, I feel like from the way his character's set up right now, it could go either way. He could either run, or I could see him being like very enraged.
Yeah.
Because it's like, how dare you motherfuckers like
touch my crew?
Me. Like, you know, my crew's an extension of me.
Yeah.
That you hurt my crew, that means you did this to me. And so like then he goes out Rambo style because it's just kind of like
because he's mad.
Yeah, a total underestimation of who he is as a person.
Yeah.
And like the sort of like.
Would you accept that outcome though?
No, I personally think he's just gonna get defeated. They're gonna go like toe to toe. I don't know who's gonna fight him. It could be long.
What outcome are you talking about, Justin? Like he dies or something?
No, I'm comparing the outcomes of he does a dick move and like totally abandons his crew when he sees that he has no chance, versus he sacrifices his chance of escaping and regrouping because he's mad and he wants to avenge his crew on the spot.
That's what I'm saying though, is like that's kind of like the wrong way of looking at it. Like he's not sacrificing himself. That's not the way his character would see it. You know what I mean? The way his character would see it is just like, how fucking dare you? It's more
he's sacrificing his chance of escape.
Right. But it's like
he can do the cloud thing and totally escape.
Yeah, but I mean, it's more about hubris than it is anything else, is what I'm trying to get at. It's like for him, it's like I see what you're saying though. I could totally see that he might be shrewd enough to decide, okay, I did play my cards, I'm gonna get out of here. I could totally see that. I could totally see that his character doing that. But then at the same time, because of what he said about his like sort of like crew, and because we don't really know the whole complete backstory of it, it's possible that them being like taken out of the equation is him basically like
last straw,
taking out his anger, I guess. I don't know. It's like I feel like I've explained it.
Okay, I do know what you're saying.
I think his cockiness is rooted in the fact that he knows he has a sure way out. I think he has some sure way out of whatever like horrible situation he might find himself in. That's why he's like, well, I'll stick around. I'll hold the key. I'll wait for these motherfuckers to come get me. I'll set up this whole scenario and let them try to kill each other, and nothing's set in stone, or I have all my operations at risk here, but let me stick around. Dude, I think he wouldn't do it unless he knew he could escape.
Yeah, I totally agree. That is probably where it's coming from. And I could see a scenario where if his entire crew did get defeated, like they would be put on a marine vessel and shipped directly to freedom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
he's probably like, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say that there could be a scene where they're on the marine vessel, right? And like they're on the vessel and it's like headed towards like Impel Down or something. And like there's a sort of dialogue exchange between Doflamingo and this sort of like kind of like vaguely covered marine officer, and it turns out to be like maybe Kaido's like right hand man, you know, and they're like talking, and it's like, well, you need to like do some slave work to make up for this bullshit. And he's like, God damn it. But
and then
like,
that's how he comes back in the story later too.
Like it could very well easily go that way, you know. It's like he does have complete control of the underworld and has been in the Marines too, I think.
I think he's kind of tied up in a lot of different bodies of power.
His chicken in many pots. Wait,
exactly.
No.
He's got his eggs in many baskets.
His hands in many pies.
His cock in many women.
Oh, wow.
You know, like, I'm gonna pull a sort of analogy here, but this whole New World thing might end up being a lot more like the sort of the way the Batman universe works, where it's like Luffy is Batman, and the sort of like rivals he has are people that he continuously like beats out, but they manage to stay within the universe.
Like in Arkham City.
Yeah,
Are we talking about Nolan's Batman universe or the actual comic book?
No,
Batman
like the
universe?
comic book. Yeah, like every single time the Joker gets arrested, he comes out anyway. Right?
Yeah,
it's like something like that. Like if like Doflamingo is the Joker, it's like
he actually literally is the Joker.
It's like he just like it's like there's no really putting him away unless you want to kill him. But Luffy's
there is no defeating the Joker.
Yeah,
right.
You have to kill. You have to kill him, dude. It's the only way to beat the Joker.
Yeah, you have to kill him. But wait, does Luffy have that code? Yeah, he's never killed anyone. I'm sure he never would want to either.
Yeah.
No,
that's an interesting analogy.
That'd be tight if he didn't kill anyone except for Blackbeard in the whole story.
Yeah.
That would be really awesome to me.
It'd be tight if he accidentally killed Sabo.
Ooh.
What?
Why?
Like accidentally.
I'm sorry.
They're like wrestling. They're like wrestling, and he like throws him into the ocean. He's like, "Oh, I forgot you had the fire." Shit.
And he's just like watching from the shore because he can't go in there.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like,
Swim, bro,
I
you got it.
You got it. You can fly.
Uh,
No, I'm just kidding. But I think Doflamingo, he'll be fine for the story. He's definitely a huge part. But I don't know, man. That's a long way down the road.
I like
There are so many other things that Oda has to hit before that stuff, I think.
I just want to say, so we actually like direct or like we what's the word, like we address the focal point of this chapter is that they start off like in this arc or in this like series of chapters
segments, like they're chaotic.
Yeah, they're just kind of everywhere. They're running into each other.
And now
They're like in
finally,
each other's way.
Like kind of like.
Oh,
organized.
are you talking about the? Yeah, go ahead.
And then now they're
I know what
like
you're talking about.
they're organized and they know what they're doing. They got a huge power boost in all those dwarf people that were in the Sad Factory because the dwarves
Sad
are actually
Factory.
really fucking strong.
Sad Factory.
Next stop is the Sad Factory.
Dude, I'm kind of curious about what's the samurai guy's name?
Oh yeah, Kinemon.
was looking-
Where's that guy been?
He was looking for his ally, and we know nothing about that ally. Like,
Yeah, I
I'm kind of
know.
curious what the hell is happening there.
Yeah, who is this mysterious friend?
Nunakama? JK. Yeah, who is this guy?
Hey,
This guy's been like through hell and back trying to get his kid and this guy. So
are we like giving up on Kinemon being the last Nakama? Is that like already given up on?
I'm not sure if anyone's given up on it, but I've never been a fan of that.
Yeah, I'm not too down for it either, but
I don't want
he's
another
already
swordsman.
on the ship and
we
everything.
already have a swordsman. I want like a crazy
dude, I'm the last guy in his corner, man. I'm in the Kinemon fan club.
dude. Hell no.
I'm the last guy here,
Fuck Kenmon, dude.
dude.
He's
And
so-
like
he's so
honestly,
boring.
like his son's devil fruit can potentially be amazing if he figures out how to be like a big, strong dragon instead of a little weak, wimpy one.
yeah, it's not real though. It's not real devil fruit. It's synthetic. It's
So-
boring.
He turns into dragon. Man.
Yeah.
Just because it's fake, it's boring.
Yeah, dude.
You eat organic only, bro? Jeez. Get out of here, you fucking hippie.
It's not real, man. It's not real.
Get a job, hippie.
It's farm grown, farmed DF. But yeah, he was in the Sad Factory, right? That's what we thought.
Dude, Vegapunk
that-
for new Nakama, dude.
Who?
Vegapunk for new Nakama.
Vegapunk.
They still haven't revealed Vegapunk, right?
Yeah, not much about him other than the original lab he had
Yeah.
as a kid.
Frank, I remember one of the like only like cover page stories that I remember is like Frankie like fighting these gorilla robots
Yeah.
in Vegapunk's lab. That's the only one that I remember. Because I was like, why create gorilla robots? But anyway, I think
I have a question. Oh, go ahead.
no, you go ahead. Go ahead. My point.
I was just gonna ask, do you think that Tyros, wasn't it Theros?
Kairos.
Kairos. Do you think Kairos is riding to his inevitable death?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, as in he's gonna actually die, or as in he has no hope?
Just like the character's arc throughout the whole
No,
time.
I don't think he's
here.
gonna die.
Really? I do.
You
I think he's
gonna die?
going. I think he's going straight to his death. Not that he won't die by his own choice. Like, I'm sure he'll die.
Yeah,
Like,
no, that's
in a
what
he would die in a sacrificial role, but just the way that his whole thing has been playing, and like he's handicapped.
like the shit.
But even though I know it's One Piece, so maybe not. But
even the shit
if
he
it
was
was-
saying, he was like, "Oh, as long as my whole human body can hold out," and it's like, "All right, like you're gonna die." Like,
and now he's gonna go take on like the second most powerful of the Doflamingo guys.
Honestly, I thought it was kind of stupid that he has this huge grudge against Diamante, specifically Diamante. Like, I think it was just kind of a cop out because, like, obviously the person he hates the most has to be Doflamingo.
yeah,
But
Right.
but I think like there was
Maybe.
no chance that Oda would let him be the guy who fights Doflamingo. So he does this bullshit move where he goes, "Okay, I'm gonna create this dialogue sequence where Kairos talks about how he really hates Diamante specifically. That way, there's a sort of I
just thought of like a great analogy with Game of Thrones, but I can't say it with you guys because you guys haven't watched it.
Yeah,
I don't plan on watching it. You can say it.
No, don't.
Alex,
I won't. But there's like a great analogy in this whole triangle. Like you're saying there's like a triangle, right? Between Kyros, Diamante, and the mastermind, right? Doflamingo. Okay. He should be hating Doflamingo. He should be like, I'm killing this motherfucker. The last breath I have. But it's this guy he wants. And there's like a similar scenario in Game of Thrones. I won't say who or what.
Stark?
No. I'm not going to say anything about it because Alex doesn't want to know.
Okay. Well, anyway.
The whole thing is like...
Jon Snow.
But it's maybe Diamante like raped and murdered his wife before he burned that house down or something, like maybe it's something really personal. That's why he's trying to.
That's exactly what happened, in Game of Thrones.
Diamante raped his daughter. No,
like the guy raped the guy's wife, That's exactly what happened. You asshole! You spoiled it.
No,
you spoiled it.
No, you don't know who and you don't know what.
But it's the exact same scenario.
But what else would make the grudge that powerful?
Maybe he raped Rebecca and Rebecca blocked it out of her memory.
No, I mean doesn't.
Don't go that dark.
The mom died. Right?
Yeah, the mom.
So
died.
it's probably
she died
something
in a fire.
It's probably something to do with the mom then.
Yeah.
I could see that then, but otherwise it just felt like, I don't know, like.
It felt like let me divert this fight to these characters.
Yeah.
Let me relegate Doflamingo to just Luffy.
Here's how I see it. Like I don't think he's gonna die. I think Law's gonna surgically attach another leg to him.
Why the fuck doesn't he do that right now? Oh, he's got the handcuffs on, so he can't.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna die. Like it's just like there are certain characters that.
Yeah, it's One Piece.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Yeah.
If this was like Attack on Titan, he's gonna die.
Yeah, but dude, this is the universe where Pell survived, dude. So it's
the thing about One Piece though is that only the characters that you really love die. Whitebeard died. Ace died.
Who loved Whitebeard?
Hey man, I like Kyros, man. I really like him. He's a sympathetic character.
Yeah, man. Kyros.
He's been through some shit.
He's gonna die, dude.
He's not gonna die.
Whitebeard's been through some shit. Like,
he's not gonna
I'm
die.
Preparing myself, man. I'm just getting ready because I think he might die.
Dude, he's gonna die.
In any other author's universe, he's going to die.
I don't think he's gonna die.
In George R. Martin's universe,
he'd have been dead already.
Yeah.
Yeah, freaking Luffy would have been dead already.
Yeah, Luffy would have died actually in like the first arc.
Like, I'm gonna be Fire King, and the fish comes out and just like swallows him whole.
Yeah. Shanks doesn't save him.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he had a tiny little like dinghy back then. He could have totally gotten.
It sounded like he said his tiny dick. That's what it sounded like.
You kind of like digitized that again on Skype, and it sounded like you said tiny dick.
I said he had a tiny little dinghy, like a longboat.
Same thing.
Same thing. Yeah. A short.
Basically the same. Yeah. Another euphemism for cock. Yes.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Phallic symbol.
But yeah, that's all I wanted. I wanted to bring that up because I was looking at a chapter or a page where they're riding the horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So. I just want to move it along. Predictions for next week. I see Bellamy coming back under.
Hey, yeah, let's talk about that. What's Bellamy's relevance?
Bellamy for new Nakama, dude.
Jesus.
God damn it.
Daruma for new Nakama, dude.
Daruma, man. That's who I'm really hoping for, man. Daruma's the best, man.
Tontatas for new Nakama, dude.
All of them. Literally all of them.
That'd be pretty OP, actually. They could do a lot of stuff with an army of Tontatas. And Usopp's like the captain of them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick.
They could they could maintain the Sunny like perfectly. They could defend it whenever they cruise away from the ship.
Yeah.
They could just
Yeah, they'd be a huge asset actually.
Huge asset.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Like I was talking about this. They would grow Usopp's plants for him. You remember? Because they can grow anything in the world. That's like one thing they were proud of, which is like, all right, that's great, bro. Like, but like, they could grow like Usopp's like crazy plants for him. They can grow Nami's orange trees for her. Like, dude, like.
Yeah, keep all that shit clean.
Keep up all the maintenance. Make sure it's. in
They
working
can
condition.
totally fight too. They're strong as
They're like
shit.
totally OP from a practical standpoint.
I think the greatest asset they would have is that they would defend the ship, right?
Yeah,
so it's like
they're really strong.
yeah, it's like, well, from a story perspective, it's like characters don't have to stay at the ship anymore. They can all be out in the sort of wherever new area they're at. We're all focusing on them because it's always constantly been like some characters are at the ship.
Yeah.
The ship.
The
It's like, what's
protective
happening
ship
at the
crew.
ship, you know? Like,
And then they get fucked up anyway,
Yeah.
so might as well have these guys get fucked up, not the main crew. So.
And they have an extreme advantage with those beetles. They can fly. which
they're
is-
small too. It's
kind
like
of a
they're
big thing.
fast.
Yeah,
you
they're
can't-
totally
you can't-
small.
You can't like some of them don't notice. Like I feel like there'd
Tactical.
definitely be a scene where like these like new enemies are like, aha, it's the straw hat shit, and then they just hear like
Yeah,
a-
let's loot this bullshit.
and then
now.
they just hear like a and they're like, what is that? And it's like there's like shadows behind them but they can't see and like
Yeah, because the first reveal of the dwarf people were like they were running through the little like grassy area, and they're
Yeah.
like, "What are all those voices?" Like,
Yeah, they're like the little fairies that no one could see. They steal everything.
that's
So they could
right. They called them
Yeah.
the fairies. That's right.
They were like, yeah, oh, the fairies from the forest. They steal our stuff.
So from a tactical point of view, that'd be the greatest Nunakama to have, or Nunakama Z.
You know, come on. But seriously, what's Bellamy's like? What's happening with Bellamy?
I bet you
What,
he was
why,
like,
why was he under the employment of Doflamingo anyway? I can't remember.
I think it was specifically for the Colosseum. Like, all right, Bellamy, like, we need to have our own guys take this devil fruit at the end. I know Luffy's gonna come for it, so like, take out who you have to take out so that we retain this devil fruit. Because
So he was just overseeing the operation of like the trap, quote unquote.
yeah,
no, I think he was just using him to like ante up
Just as a
the-
foot soldier?
Yeah, pretty much. Like he told him like, hey, listen, if you win your block or whatever, you'll be part of the executive family. That's what he told him. So I think
that's
I don't
right,
think
that's
he
right.
expected
I totally
him to
forgot.
win at all. I think he's just using him to go into the Battle Coliseum and just be another asset to the Coliseum that
Yeah.
everyone watches.
Why did he send Derringer to kill him then? Just because he proved he was useless or something?
Yeah, I guess. I don't
who's
know.
there?
What?
Derringer's
That's
the guy
whack, dude.
with the horns.
Yeah. I looked up his name. The horny kid.
Oh,
Because I
He
think
attacked Bellamy.
I think what happened was Bellamy lost, and he knew that he would come and start bitching and whining and moaning about how it's like, give me another chance. So he's just like, hey, listen, just get him out of my sight.
yeah.
So he just told him.
Yeah, that's some mob shit, man. Jeez.
Yeah, but he's a freaking mafia boss, right? That's like who he is.
It's the family, like
Yeah.
Don Quixote family.
Yeah, his freaking name's Don Quixote, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's he doing now? Like, is Bellamy gonna get another chance now? He's talking to
No,
Doflamingo.
he's totally doing like the manipulation strings. So I'm pretty sure Bellamy's going to be used even harder now, like a condom, a reuse.
Oh, he's
condom.
gonna use him, like manipulate him, or
Yeah, his body to do something that like someone that's not an official part of the Don Quixote family, if they did that, would be like a huge deal. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure he's going to be puppeted though.
could be, because it's not like Bellamy's strong enough to really
Resistant.
defeat any of those Coliseum guys anyway.
What I'm hoping
So I'm
for-
curious.
What I'm hoping
So
for
why is he even
next-
here? Yeah.
to see in the next chapter, I'm hoping to see the Don Quixote Doflamingo backstory, like where he comes from, how he matters.
Oh right.
Dude, what happened to
Finally
Law's
get to that,
backstory?
the Law.
Yeah, we never got to see what happened to Law.
Yeah, this was supposed to be, I think, that chapter that was going to be the flashback, but
Yeah, it wasn't the. It's just weird.
that's a good thing to hope for. But maybe he's saving it for another time.
A more climactic moment.
What better way to ruin a climax than to flashback? Should do it now, goddamn. Come on, Oda.
All right, real quick, I'm just gonna do like a throwback to the Naruto discussion we had earlier because I randomly just thought of this, and we're not gonna delve into this at all. I'm just gonna throw it out there. But remember when we all thought like, oh, all these Edo Tenseis are unstoppable. How are they gonna beat all these Edo Tenseis? And it's like, oh, they even have all the Jinchuriki. How are we gonna overcome it? And like, he literally just threw away all those pieces just for Obito and Madara to come out.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
All right, now we're gonna go back to our One Piece discussion, which is over now.
Yeah.
we kind of talked about a lot of stuff. I wasn't keeping track of time, but it was a long time.
It was a good week.
It was a good week. Honestly, like, even though nothing happened in Bleach, like, it was a good week.
Really in all of them, it was kind of just transitionary chapters, but good stuff anyway.
Thanks to everyone for listening in. Special thanks to John Garcia in Japan. Special guest. Special thanks to everyone out there for listening, like I just said. And we will be having our chapter next week as well. No doubt about it. Or not our chapter, our next podcast. The stories come out tonight or later today for our bastard friend John in Japan. And thank you for everyone for listening in, and we'll catch you next time. Peace, guys.
Laters.